Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. Here we are sitting on the grid ready to go racing, but before we do that let's quickly head over to Crofty, who's going to give us a brief rundown of what the grid is for the Dutch Grand Prix.
Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The fence starts from pole position and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel and Perez, Albon, Ricciardo, Sainz and Lando Norris, Stroll, Gasly, Daniel Kvyat and Ocon, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Wang and Antonio Giovinazzi, Matsushita, Magnussen, Russell and Nicholas Latifi.
So as Crofty said there, we are starting P17 for this race, which is probably about right. We do have an Alfa Romeo and a Haas directly in front of us, which hopefully we can get in front of them and have a good race with them. Let's quickly look at the pit strategy. So it is a one-stop race. We are going to stop on lap 12 with soft tyres and then put on the hard tyres for the remaining 24 laps of the race. So with all the admin out the way, let's go racing at the Dutch Grand Prix. So here we are, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, engine revved, long time waiting, and away we go. Bogged down slightly initially, and Grosjean's had a terrible start as we have flown past him, and we are going around the outside, looking to get past Gasly as well. So we are already up to P11, slotting in behind Carlos Sainz, as we lose 2 places immediately to Kvyat and Lando, although we're looking at the inside of Lando Norris there, and I believe we have made that stick. So up to P12 after the first couple of corners as Lando looks to go up the inside. I think a slight bit of contact there and we back out of that, and we've lost another 2 places to a McLaren and an AlphaTauri yet again. Very scrappy, but we're up 3 places currently, so we cannot complain. We have Esteban Ocon directly behind us, who is in a Renault, and we go very wide, and this Renault might just get us now. It's a drag race between us and the Renault, but I believe we've actually got it done. So maybe that Renault's not as quick as I thought it would be. So it's still P14, as we are coming towards the end of the first lap now. Got Esteban Ocon about 4 tenths behind us, and we're about 4 tenths behind Pierre Gasly as we go around the final banked corner. Coming up towards the end of the first lap, we cross the line and we're still P14, so cannot complain at the moment. We're catching up to him there, back of Big Gasly, as they're in a bit of a train. Coming up to the banked turn 4, I think. Oh, that is really close. I'm surprised we didn't do any damage there, as we have a little bit of moment, well Gasly does, and we touch his rear. We seem to like doing that, as Ocon looks up the inside as well, but we just slammed the door shut on that. And as we were saying earlier, yesterday, in fact, in qualifying, you just cannot make a move through that technical part of the track. As we tried to make a move around the outside, and we can't make it stick, and we're going to have to just stay behind, as there's only one real line through this tight, twisty part of the track. So a bit chaotic at the beginning, and we are still P14, so cannot complain. As Gasly has a little bit of a moment there again, so putting Gazman under pressure, and we have then made a stupid mistake ourselves and has lost all momentum there, and Gasly is now pulling away, so any chance at an overtake we did have has now gone. As we go very late on the brakes there, as Gasly's had another twitchy moment. And yeah, coming into the... Are we going to go around the outside again? We're trying it, but I think he's parked his car well. Yeah, and we just can't get the cut back. And again, we're just going to have to follow him. A bit later on, and... Oh! Yeah, you need to be careful on those curbs, Jumbo. As we hit the inside there, and it massively unsettled the car. So... yeah, need to make sure we stay off those curbs. That's what happened yesterday, just there in qualifying, and we lost a lot of time as we run wide yet again. And is Ocon going to have a look? No, so we seem to have the match for Ocon at the moment, but we keep making silly mistakes that keep dropping us back in towards Ocon and away from Gasly. As we set a purple last sector there, so we are absolutely flying in the last sector. It's that middle twisty sector that we're really slow. Bit later on, coming up to the back of Gasly yet again, so we are definitely staying with the cars in front of us here, which is quite impressive as Ocon is starting to drop back. Again trying to go around the outside, it's just not going to work, so I'm not sure why we keep doing it. The car performance just isn't there to be able to make that move stick. Are we going to run wide again here? Yes, yep, trademark there at the moment. We just keep getting that turn wrong. And again, losing time behind Gasly. Coming up behind Gasly again. What's going to happen here? We're very late on the brakes. Nearly went flying into the back of Gasly there. Very lucky to get away with that. And yeah, so we managed to get a lot of speed through the first sector. As you can see, we catch up with them. But as I've been saying, we then lose all momentum from this part of the track onwards, basically, and towards the end of the last sector. And as we cross the line, we are coming in to do our first stop, well, our one and only stop of the race, of putting the hard tyres on. Fingers crossed we can get a bit of an undercut here and maybe make some places up. As you can see there, we've got a bit of a tyre warning actually, so we have pushed the tyres right to the edge of this first stint. Coming in, hopefully we have a good stop. 2.6 seconds as we get released unsafely into Lando, who has to ghost. You don't see that every day in real life, do you? And where are we going to come out? So Ocon is still behind us. Has he made any places? I don't think so. And P17 as we come round. Let's see if we've been able to undercut anyone, as we're still following Lando here in the McLaren. And where is Gasly? I think that's Gasly all the way up there. Yeah, it is. So Gasly's gone P14, so he's managed to get both of the McLarens. And unfortunately for us, the undercut just has not worked this time. And it's lost a lot of time for McLaren's Lando Norris. Again, managed to go... Oh, we are looking to go around the outside of Lando. This is our best option yet. Oh, a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact there. Hopefully there's no damage. So we did get a slight warning there about a collision with Norris. We are going to check the damage, and as you can see right there, that is actually some damage to the left side of our front wing. So that is not the best thing to do just coming out of the pits, as we are going to have to use this front wing till the end of the race now. So a damaged front wing for the rest of the race. Again coming up very close behind Lando, but again we just can't make that move stick. The car just is not good enough to make that move stick. So I don't really know what we're going to be able to do, as it is getting very dark. So I don't think it was due to rain, but it is getting very dark. So if it does rain, maybe that throws a bit of a curveball and we might be able to do some sort of different strategy and maybe get ahead of Lando possibly. We'll have to see. And that has all gone out the window as it looks nice and sunny again. Good one, Jumbo. Still trailing Lando here. Don't seem to be actually getting any closer to him. The only good news is that we're actually starting to drop Ocon behind us, so not really getting any threat from behind, but yeah, just can't make any room or any progress on the two McLarens ahead, and we have a bit of a moment again on the curb. So not learning our lesson from qualifying yesterday or earlier in this race, that those curbs on the inside are not your friend. They really unsettle the car. We're going to do it again. No, we've learned our lesson, as Lando has a bit of a moment, so if we're going to get him, I think this is probably the best chance to now. As we go flying into the back of him, oh dear, that is not what we had planned. And yeah, let's check if we've got any damage. I don't think we have any additional damage, still that little bit of damage to the front left side of the wing. And we're just following it through this section, so you can see Lando just pulls away. We're just not quick enough through this part of the track. And there is a yellow flag. Who is that for? I think that is for Lando. Yeah, so maybe that contact between us has actually ended up making him retire. I hope not. But yeah, Lando's out. So we have now got P13, the rather unorthodox way. And as Jeff was saying there, I don't know if you caught that, there is a bit of wear on the engine now, so not only have we got a damaged front wing and the tyres are going off, but we've also got reduced power due to the wear on the engine. So yeah, dropping back behind Sainz now, and Ocon is still a fair amount away. So yeah, we seem to be in a bit of no man's land here. As you can see a few laps further on, we are all by ourselves. So we've just got some nice fresh air, and I don't think anything's really going to change this position. As we have another moment on the inside curve. You'd think I'd learn by now, but obviously not. And there you can see we've also got another tyre warning. So our front left is at 60% wear. So we definitely need to try and develop the car with the chassis to try and reduce the tyre wear that's going through, because that is insane. And there you can see, look, it's even gone orange as we're just about to come over the line in P13 for the final time. And that is the race result. So P13, which is a very solid result actually. Bearing in mind we are probably the second slowest car on the grid. And they have Daniel Kvyat got driver of the day. But yeah, cannot complain about that at all. A great result for us. And a great result for Valtteri Bottas as well, beating both of his rivals in Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. So Mercedes 1-3 with Max Verstappen on there. Not original at all, is it? Never happens. So there you have it, that is the confirmed race result. Bottas from Verstappen from Hamilton. Is there any other surprises in there? The Racing Point, very quick, in 6th and 7th. Albon is 8th. Kvyat did very well actually, coming back from 13th. And Ricciardo actually went backwards, qualified 8th and only finished 10th. So Renault really struggled because Ocon just couldn't get anywhere near us either really, which was very surprising. So maybe that Renault just wasn't working well this weekend. The lower half of the grid, you can see that our teammate actually finished 16th, which is also a very good result for us. So he started 19th, managed to do I think a similar move around the outside as we did in the first corner, and finished 16th. So yeah, very happy with that. So looking at the driver standings, I know he said constructors, we'll do that in a second, but Lewis is at the top, followed by Verstappen, followed by Bottas. We are currently down in P12 on 6 points. And looking at the constructor standings, normal affair with Mercedes at the top, with Red Bull closely behind, and everyone else really close together basically. We are currently P7 in the standings, which yeah, is very good. Very, very good actually. So that is going to wrap this one up. Not a bad result for us in terms of where the car performance is. A bit disappointed that we couldn't make any of those moves around the outside stick, and a bit disappointed that actually went into back of Lando, as I don't know if that actually resulted in him getting his second dunf of the season. But yeah, cannot complain really. P13, I know it's no points, but it is a very good result for a car that is second worst on the grid. I hope you enjoyed that race, and if you did, then a like is always appreciated, and if you want to see similar content to this, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Alrighty then, I've been Jumbo, and I'll see you in the next one.